Watch more cartoons.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Watching cartoons separates you from others.
You don't show up for 2 episodes, Skip. You don't do that. No, I'm busy. I'm life. Hero Decimus, baby. What it do?
Yeah.
Hi, I am your favorite member of the podcast. This is Archie.
We actually need to put that to a vote again.
You know what? Y'all been
I want to
sorry.
see that.
Don't put it to a vote.
No, it's a new year. I want it.
No,
Actually,
put it to a vote. It's fine.
Dominican.
It's fine. Put it to a
I'm
vote.
saying don't do it because you could just win again.
I'd be
It don't
shocked.
make sense.
I might be shocked. Maybe it's now Gabe is the favorite member of the
hell no.
podcast.
If you seen the comments in
Wait,
the
wait.
Facebook,
And our
them
special
niggas
guest.
don't like
Hey!
me. No.
And our special guest, Knuckles. Say hi, Knuckles.
Hello,
Bahamian Knuckles, by the way. See? You're
Bahamian
rapping.
Knuckles.
Bahamian Knuckles. Where's his Bahamian colors?
No, he is rapping Bahamas.
Well, you put that there. You embroidered that on there.
No. Say hi,
I
Knuckles.
bought it like that.
Boom. So Knuckles is gonna join us today.
They're really out here selling Knuckles to your kid. Straw Market?
Yeah.
On Fort Frayne Castle.
Okay.
Shout out to the Straw Market on Fort Flynn Castle.
Apparently, there's a Sonic one too. I gotta go get it. My nephews would love it. They love Sonic.
Yeah. I know they still have the same thing. So where we been? It's been such a long time since all of us have gathered in the building.
Been
Yeah.
so long.
So
Nobody remembers that song? Okay.
Yeah, I know that.
how would
Been so long.
That's mystical.
You've been on.
no.
You've
Right
been
here.
gone.
Gone. Sorry, you're right. Been gone. Poor Mr. What
I
happened?
don't-
Isn't he in like jail for raping somebody?
Yeah.
Right.
She said
This will be
5 minutes into the episode.
this will be the theme of one of the themes of this part.
Rape is the theme of our episode,
No,
Jesse?
not rape. You trying to be like
Sir, what?
listen, I
This
said
got real weird.
we're not talking about rape being part of one of the topics, but we'll get into it because it's a list of things we got to get into. But first, we have the first segment. Words mean seen things.
Let me find mine.
We just come back and y'all trying to cross us. Cancel.
Gabe, I think.
Okay, welcome to Words Mean
not
Things.
bad.
Hey, Words Mean Things. So our first section of Words Mean Things is definition. Definition, I give you a word. So the word is
Magilla.
Magilla?
Magilla. Magilla is slang for a long, involved story or account, like the kind I tell. Magilla can also refer to a complicated sequence of events, or it can be used as a synonym of ball of wax, meaning everything involved what is under consideration. All 3 senses of Magilla are often preceded by the adjective, what am I saying that wrong? Whole, like the whole Magilla, which I've heard multiple. You've never heard that before?
You mean like saying the whole MacGuffin?
What is a MacGuffin?
I don't know.
The whole like, oh, you told me the whole Magilla from last night. Like it's a whole, like it's a story.
The whole story, the whole
Yeah.
the whole epilogue.
So Magilla,
Magilla.
which sounds like some weird part of the body, but it's not. All right, now we're on to the second part, which is faves. Faves or fun, which is my favorite. I need a better title for this section, but it's about my favorite words. So like words I really like.
Okay, words Archie really likes.
Okay, we're working it. Flibberty gibbet.
Flibberty gibbet.
not a word.
What
It is a word.
gibberish.
Flibberty gibbet is a Middle English word. Medieval times, thank you. Middle English word referring
Flibberty
to
gibbet.
Flibberty gibbet. Word referring to a flighty or whimsical person, usually a young woman. In modern use, it is used as a slang term, especially in Yorkshire, for a gossipy or overly talkative person. There's a lot more in the etymology and literature and culture, but we need to go to
Can you use it in a sentence?
This is powerful.
Powerful.
No.
You want me to use it in a sentence?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's see. I can sometimes be a flibberty gibbet.
No, that's lazy. Give me something complete.
What's the meaning of it again?
Okay, a flibberty gibbet is a flighty or whimsical person, usually a young woman. In modern uses slang
I can
term,
leave that.
especially in Yorkshire, for a gossipy, overly talkative person.
Sometimes.
It says it is sometimes used. That's what it's used for. It.
No, but you said you are sometimes.
You know what? You lucky. I promise Jalen to stop cursing on this podcast.
All right.
You hush your mouth. I can't help it. I'm
Flibberty-gibbet.
flighty and whimsical, and I like to talk. Okay, I'm fun. That's why I'm the favorite member of the podcast.
Yes, you're right.
It's boring when I'm not here. It's just these two talking about nonsense.
And war.
What did we talk about the last time?
Oh,
I don't
me and
know.
Church Boys episode. Which one was that?
I'm trying to remember.
Hey, just so y'all know, the Church Boys episode still has the most views out of all our videos. So you can hate all you want. The views don't lie,
Of
Daddy.
course, because y'all was talking about porn and nonsense.
No, a little bit.
All right,
Okay, teensy.
on to the third part of it, which is origin story, which is the origin of commonly used phrases. So this one, the walls have ears.
Yes.
Which means be
one of
careful
my
with-
favorite phrases.
Really?
Yeah.
Be careful what you say, as people may be eavesdropping. So the origin comes from the face. I can't pronounce this. How do you pronounce? Is it the Louvre?
Aloof.
No, Louvre. The place in French. Louvre is Louvre, right?
Louvre.
Yeah, so.
Okay, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. The face of Louvre.
The French
House in
will have your
France.
head.
They are the French. Actually, have a joke about that, but I come up.
Yeah.
In France, was believed to have a network of listening tubes, so that it would be possible to hear everything that was said in different rooms. People say that is how Queen Catherine de Medici discovered political secrets and plots. So the walls have ears.
Eavesdropping.
Yes, and our last one, which is is about my favorite proverbs. I gotta come up with a title for this too. It's this one: the child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, Killmonger.
That's the thing. I actually got that from
Black Panther one.
Black Panther fanfiction. Was it in Black Panther one?
Yeah.
They said that?
Yeah, I
I don't
remember.
remember.
Yeah.
I've watched it like once
No,
or
because like
twice.
they did say make a reference to that phrase in Black Panther one.
Oh, I remember the first time seeing it on Black Panther fanfiction.
Because
I
they
gotta
was
watch the
referring
movie
it
again.
to Killmonger like
Yeah, the child that is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Like if y'all don't accept me, then I'm going to destroy it.
Makes sense.
All right, that is words mean things. So we're passing it on to Angel Boy and his random facts.
All right. Now, this random fact just spawned at the top of my head. Now, did you know that this could date back, but the time I get in the early 2000s, it was the dawn, the birthing of the internet and
Why does he
whatnot.
make it sound like it was so
It was
far
actually
away?
before. Okay, the internet wasn't born in 2000s, but what I'm talking about occurred in the 2000s. Now, this is for all anime fans. Did you guys know? Well, you probably recall when we went to YouTube and we watched all of our anime in horrible quality, in parts, and illegal sites wasn't around that time, eh?
Oh, they definitely were.
They were super secret. No, but they were super secret.
Yeah, you had to like know.
No.
I'm pretty sure you had to give your computer like some kind of like virus
Do y'all
AIDS.
know that Crunchyroll? When you're finished, I can tell you a story. Continue.
I'm pretty sure LimeWire was it?
Well, you
When
used
to
the
literally-
LimeWire to download the episode.
Yeah, but LimeWire also had the risk of having viruses on
Giving
it.
your
yeah.
computer
Yeah.
viruses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And LimeWire, wouldn't it take you like 2 days to download one episode?
So what I'm trying to say is the fact is, real old anime fans know that we had to actually. We were on YouTube. It was in horrible
Fetus.
quality. It was normally a random background Naruto photo, and it was on a very, very small screen. It was in parts. Part 1 would be in English, and then sometimes part 2 would be in a completely different language with English subtitles. Back in those days, that is how we watched anime. Not on a movie screen.
Didn't real OGs actually watch it on like Tsunami? Because that's before you had YouTube.
If you stayed up that late.
Tsunami, yeah. And that's you had to wait a whole 10 weeks to watch the episode you missed.
The weird thing is, so 2 facts. So the French thing I'm coming, but the anime. So oddly enough, which most people don't know, is that Crunchyroll technically started off as an illegal site because one of the this is when I wanted to say when I was into BL, like anything's changed. But one of the first
BL Queen.
main sites for it, Crunchyroll was actually like a forum board. So it wasn't like a website that like what it is today. It was forum, and people would post like links to like they would talk about everything. So like this whatever, and then they would also post links to different like illegal torrents that they would upload to like media file or zip or the site you could find it at, because it was mostly downloadable stuff. And then then Crunchyroll started like everything was free, but then that's when they started getting reputable and they started charging. That's when they started putting in ads. If you want to feel, they originally started charging people because they turned it legal and it was like they wasn't getting the business. So they're like, okay, we could do some free, there'll be ads, and then some we'll have to charge.
Okay.
Because it was literally just
And it
like
was
a
on
phone.
your laptop, right?
I mean, we didn't have phones like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It adds
But
to
I'm
the
just
point.
saying it was like
We
a
watched
forum
it on
board.
our
Like you'd be in a
laptop.
forum board and it'd be like, hey, this is a new to community. And then also I remember like, because I was on LiveJournal, and that's when you would get like some like, but this is for old school J-pop or K-pop, like the concerts, the videos, that stuff. Some kind fan would post it on LiveJournal, and then they would have the links and the translations in the video, or you'd have fan translations on YouTube. Not like today where they like drop the song, like the record company would drop the song with the translations. That was like back when it was the wilderness.
But yeah, that
Dark
was the
times
dawn of the
indeed.
internet. Dark times indeed. But that is the random fact of the day, which will bring me to a next point later.
Okay.
To when you was talking about the French love in my head, I was like, well, you do know they do like taking people's heads.
And I'm at risk of getting us canceled. I'm the danger.
And it reminded me of something I saw on Facebook. The chick was talking about how she works in movie theater in France, and her boss was like a high functioning alcoholic, and he was arguing with this Karen back and forth, and the Karen was like, the customer is king, and he responded in French, we're in France, we decapitate kings. And I'm like, only in France, because he said that somebody in America who's getting locked up.
Oh yeah.
He was getting locked up.
Locked up, no job. You wouldn't. They just putting them under the jail.
The French would probably just giggle and be like, hey.
It is what it is.
It is
It
true.
is what
they
it
do.
is.
They do like taking people's heads. They do, a little.
I like the French.
Speaking, I'm gonna jump on your random fact. Do you know? Right. So the guillotine. I forgot the guy who invented it, but Robespierre, who started the French Revolution, who was the one who started off with the whole cutting off people's heads thing. He was actually one of the last people to like face the guillotine because he got power mad. So basically, he's the one that started the French Revolution and let the French know that if your leader, gets too big for their britches, you can take them down. And in the end, they kind of use that lesson to take him down.
Live,
So he
by,
got the chop chop.
live by the guillotine, and he died by it.
Art imitates life. And off with their head. Y'all ever used to watch the show? I think it was a show where they used to go back in the future. I forget what Time Squad, I think. Where they used to go back into future events and make sure the time stream is operating.
I know what you mean. I can't remember the
Yeah,
name.
it's called Time Squad. But there was one when they had Napoleon and every sentence was, and off with their hair, sacre bleu, la la la, and off with their like,
Does anyone remember? Oh God, I used to be on cable. I think it was Boomerang. It used to be Channel 29. They used to have like all the Australian shows.
yeah. Like the Mermaid Show.
H2O, that is now on
H2O.
Netflix.
Yeah.
16? Oh, was that?
Yeah, 16 was
16
Canadian.
Heat.
Yeah.
16
Yeah,
was Heat.
they had H2O.
Total Drama, and I think it's
Stoked.
Yeah, H2O
Stoked.
Mako Island. They had, I think it was called Foreign Exchange. It was like the guy was living in, the girl was in Australia and the guy was like in California or something. And they found this weird thing under their houses where they could like jump into each other's countries or something like that. I think it was called Foreign Exchange.
Anyway, community announcements. So,
Joking.
as we were recording this episode, it is the new year. We've had
Have we not had an episode since the new year started?
no, we're honest. Yeah. Because y'all missed February, and then I think me and Gabe, we did January.
Yeah,
What
we
did
did
we do on January, bro? I trying to remember what we recorded.
That was the one with Michael?
No, Michael was February.
February.
I can't remember.
I think y'all did I don't think I made January. I think it was just
Yeah.
you
I
and
think
Gabe.
I was there for John. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
for
but I
John.
trying to remember what we talked about.
I know, but I think I looked at the video. It has 293 views at this current time, which almost touches the Church Boys episode. Almost. I need to recheck it.
So, as you can see, all us been busy moving around, things today. My
No, I just been sick of them. I didn't want anything to do with them.
No, she been moving too. She
yeah. They've been in plays, on TV shows, in the movies, all that good stuff. When y'all sitting on the remote for these lights?
No.
Yeah, I know what I do. That's now.
Because it was off.
Something.
No.
Unless you've been pressing it.
But
No, I ain't touching this mic.
every person who see me like on stage or in some kind of like commercial, they're like, "Oh, Gabe, you some movie star?" I say, "I'm not to
Yeah,
that
big
status
movie
yet."
star.
No, I'm not. I'm
you,
not.
you in the theater.
I'm not to that status yet. I'm trying. I'm working and grinding to get there, but I'm not to that status yet. Stop. Don't. I will.
Wait, you're in a movie?
Don't hype me up. I
You're
will
in a
get full.
movie?
No,
it's-
forget me. Archie is in Sincerely You, which is coming to the Bahamas.
No, hey, shut up. I didn't ask you to make my announcement for me.
Yeah, nice try, nigga. Yeah, that's right.
And just because you're trying to distract from your things. Yeah. Gabe is still in Junkanoo in Paradise.
It's going on break and it's coming back in the summer.
We have to go see it, guys.
I saw it already.
Okay, I didn't ask you that. You have to come see it with us.
When I was there, I don't.
Yeah. I was thinking
You
about
have
this
to
the other
see it
day.
with Gabe.
I always come to see your plays and you never really there to perform.
In my defense, I don't have 100% control over them all the time.
Actually,
Okay. I'm gonna announce the like petty things first and then get to the big thing.
Okay,
I
well,
guess,
you-
I guess I'll keep going. I was busy because yes, I am a part of Junkanoo in Paradise, which you guys should see. It is a once in a lifetime Bahamian opportunity. It's not just for the tourists. By the way, the tourists love it. I also think people that, born and raised, born, bred in Gadedia should actually go and see Junkanoo in Paradise. It is I would describe it as a cultural phenomenon. You should definitely invest.
Yeah, most
Your boys
definitely
in it. Some of your friends are in it. Y'all, I've
Can
seen
kids
y'all.
go see it? Because I
Yes,
feel like it's
it's
something my
actually-
nephews would love.
It's actually quite child friendly. The premise is not too. It's kid friendly.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like my
And that's
nephews-
why I have been busy and not on episodes because your boy's been toiling the mill. I've been in the field with my pickaxe.
It's toiling the soil, first of all.
Leave me alone. Now,
Yay. All right, I don't know. I'm just going to start off with the petty things first.
get them.
I started watching, what's the anime called? Sugar.
why is your announcement starting on me?
No, we're coming down. I'm trying to remember. I just started last night. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale is good so far.
Okay.
I'm on Netflix on this homicide series. Let's see what else. It's Easter. Well, Easter's a big announcement, actually. But yes, I am in Sincerely You.
Playing what? You playing the mermaid again?
No, not Mermaid this time. I'm a church girl this time. You should come watch it. Now, Sincerely You. We actually...
I tell you, she converted from last year.
We were actually a part of a competition that Star Films put on. We went to Freeport, and guess what else? They had an awards ceremony, and we racked up most of the awards in our category.
Cleaned
We
house.
cleaned it out. We sweeped that except for one.
If there was 15 awards on the table, these niggas got 14 of them.
Yes, we got all of them. We including best production. So
I'm
we
proud
are
of
now
them.
coming to Nassau. We were gonna
So
be
this
the,
was always a production just in Freeport?
No, what it is a competition, and you submitted production was us and another play, a Freeport play, and they put on so it was for stage plays. It was
I know the whole thing, but I'm saying y'all coming to Nassau. Was y'all?
well, we went because Corral, the lady who put it on, is from Freeport.
Yeah.
Because you know they had like the drama. They showed the TV shows, the movies down here, but the productions, like the stage plays, they put them on in Freeport. So we went
Okay.
to Freeport to do it.
Okay.
And now we're coming to Nassau, and we will be at the University of the Bahamas
Theater. Yeah.
on April 4th and 5th. Tickets are $35. Come out and see. I wouldn't say like Gabe Zone is kid friendly, but anyone over the age of 12. You know.
Oh, I'm gonna be there. It's not kid friendly. I'm probably.
know, so
there.
which-
And
what's
I
the
like, I
dates?
like hearing some cussing on stage.
The gist,
Now I'm saying, what's the dates?
April 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
Only those 2 dates?
Yes, for now. This isn't like Gabe Long Run in production. It's like a regular.
I know y'all hating.
No, I'm happy for you.
I know I'm happy too, but I'm tired, boss. I'm tired, Grandpa.
And other announcements. So, we have the whole run of the mill. It's TGO season. As we're recording this, Mecha Madness probably already been out.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all enjoy Mecha Madness, then the Isekai one. And then
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just gonna.
I just said TGO. The Geek Out.
Oh, I was like, what is TGO?
I understand.
So yeah, come support the different vendors. We got a table there of fundraising for our trips because you know your boy about to go international again. When I go
Wish we could
international,
go next time.
when I go international, that's when the things become things, boy.
Yes, the Geek Out is next week, Sunday.
Sunday.
March 31st.
Yes.
Yes.
As of this recording, because it's probably coming out after that, or well, I could try to get this out this week.
Okay.
But yeah.
Also, big announcement. Happy Easter. Actually, next week, Sunday, March 31st is Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Today,
As of this recording.
Today is actually Palm Sunday.
As of this recording.
As of this recording,
Yeah.
I think they got the gist.
Yeah.
We said it like 5 times. As of this recording, today is Palm Sunday. You know, the day when, Jesus had a week to go before the. I'm worse than Gabe.
I'm worse than I'm not. You could scour every single episode. I never get wild like this. I only said the truth.
Anyway, so Palm Sunday. Gabe, you're just want to tell us what Palm Sunday is.
When he sing
Don't embarrass me like that,
Hosanna. Y'all don't even bring out palms.
Huh? I do know when I was. I feel like I don't want to name drop the school because I don't know if it's okay. But they like have a palm a Lent like assembly, and they
Yeah.
would like have the palm leaves. They burn it and they do the cross on your head. At least
That's
that's
Ash
two different
Wednesday.
names. That's
cut that
actually-
out. Cut that. Cut that.
Let me tell you. Okay, so what that is
Palm
Ash-
Sunday is when Jesus entered to Jerusalem.
Yeah, no, I was explaining.
Oh,
Ash,
they was laying palms at the
I
field.
was
Yeah.
explaining.
Okay.
Right.
I said I knew
Palm
something. I
Sunday
just
is when he entered Jerusalem on the donkey. I forget whose donkey it was, and they were laying palms at his
They
feet.
never said who donkey.
That's not the main character. He don't get a name.
But they're
But y'all
Ash.
niggas-
Okay, so Ash Sunday.
Just
would
stop,
they-
just stop, just
no,
stop,
I'm
just stop,
explaining
just stop.
Ash Sunday to him. So with Ash
I
Sunday,
ain't no such thing as Ash Sunday.
Wednesday. Why am I saying Ash Sunday?
Cut that
No, I think it's because we were talking. I'm a bad Anglican. I think it's because we were talking. We said Palm Sunday, so I just said Sunday in my head. It's Ash Wednesday.
Yes.
And what it is, right?
Ash Wednesday comes after what?
Cut that.
Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday is for
And Ash Wednesday is more Catholic based because you revel. You get all your sins out.
It's
on
the
Fat
start of
Tuesday.
Lent. But the reason what Ash Wednesday is they take the palms.
No, Palm Sunday, not Ash Wednesday.
No, I'm saying you didn't let me finish.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
I'm saying that they take the palms.
From
so you bring your palms in from the previous Palm Sunday, you keep them. And they burn them and they make the ashes out of them, and that's what they do on the
Wait, so what I'm hearing is some people just have some palm trees just sitting in their house from.
That's what I did. I had mine, and then we brought them to church.
All right, man.
He saved them.
Knowledge. All right, cool.
Will you rise
And then
sing
Monday, Thursday,
Hosanna?
which I hate those services so long. That's when he had, his feast with his disciples and he washed their feet and all of that. And like the Anglican church, what they do is that so everybody in church comes up and the priest washes their feet. And I have not gone to Monday, Thursday service because they are like 5 hours long. They are way too long for me. I know during COVID they didn't do that because the foot washing couldn't really.
Some people, a lot of them did it on live.
Well, our priest said, listen, we could just do a regular, because I'm not touching your feet because it's COVID. Even before that, he would say to you, if your feet don't look nice and it don't look right, I'm not touching it. Like, make sure your feet are, if they smell bad, no, I'm not touching that. He was very particular.
He basically, y'all priest told y'all to just get a pedicure.
Right, and also he said to wash your feet before you come. He's like, don't come from work and taking your feet out your shoes, and then it's just like the toe jam hit me. I'm not touching that. Just letting y'all know.
Yeah.
In other announcements, the return of X-Men has come back. And they
How was it?
It's great. And they made my boy, they put respect on Klopp's name. See what they saying?
Oh, that's why I'm
So
saying him all
I
over.
saw a bunch of, because I know Shannon posted, and I saw a bunch of people talking about how they did not like Scott, right? I can't remember disliking him. I do remember thinking he was annoying.
Yeah. So being annoying because that's how they portrayed him somewhat in the animated series, but really in the live action stuff.
In the live action, definitely
And
annoying.
then it's just been 20 years of Scott Summers slander. But those who are true fans know the real.
I prefer
You know, he's
Alex
a-
Summers, but yeah.
Huh?
I prefer Alex Summers.
Okay. But those who know the real, know the tyrant, the bad, I don't want to say the word, but they
You could
understand
say
that.
bad mama jamma.
Yeah, bad Mama Jam. They know Scott is him.
Do you know what I think it is? Why a lot of people dislike Scott? Wolverine has a huge fan base.
Yeah, but
Like,
see,
people-
Jackman made him popular.
Yeah, but I remember from the cartoons, like most people like Wolverine too.
Yeah.
And then Hugh Jackman made him more popular. So I think people like Wolverine. So if you like Wolverine, you're going to dislike Scott.
Yeah,
because they
because-
were enemies and fighting over Jean. Oh, it was cool and all.
Because
But
Wolverine
aight.
made Scott look like a beta male. Even though he was the leader.
I don't even think it's that. I just think, okay, so the thing is, right, especially for me, like Wolverine is kind of a rule breaker and just all place. And Scott is very kind
In
of
the
by the
line,
book.
yeah,
da-da-da.
yeah.
So of course you're going to like the character that's more rebellious.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, especially as a kid, you're not gonna like the characters like, we gotta follow the rules, we gotta do this. I haven't watched him new series, but whatever they do, and people love him.
Yeah, because they made him like the boss that he truly is.
A lot of people was like, they could do whatever they want. I'm not gonna not hate you.
Yeah, no,
I just
because
started thinking they could never make
no,
me
because
hate
they
you.
go by
I'm like,
what
y'all
Maybe
Scott
like
doing
you.
in
Y'all
the
gotta
comics and things, and then he's have a whole character arc to where, spoiler alert, he's become a villain in some story series.
And then apparently Magneto, I don't know if he's not a villain, but his hair is fabulous. I didn't know that's what was under the thing.
Yeah.
The brother ain't bald?
No! That's
It's only
Professor
for
X.
X.
I thought the two of them was bald.
No, he has hair.
Magneto's
They
always
don't
have-
really show it in like, but apparently in this one, I saw the trailer and he's just like,
Yeah.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
he's just like, and Pantene Pro V, flick it.
Of
I'm like,
course.
love it. And then apparently him and Rogue have a relationship.
Yeah, because Robe used to be part of the not only the brother, I forget what the thing called. But basically, Rogue was with him before she joined the X-Men.
I'm just here to see her in Gambit. And I love dudes having a meltdown over Gambit having on a crop top. I'm like, y'all know this took place in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
There's some questionable fashion going on.
Yeah, but then see down the crop top with Ben wearing crop top, all I think, the first thing that pops in my mind is, and he just passed away too, Creed in the Rocky movies. Apollo
Creed.
Because like when he trained himself, he went a crop top.
Because that was
walks it-
big in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's why when dudes talk about, oh, this generation is sassy and fruity with your tight jeans and, you know, your skinny jeans and your crop tops. I'm like, you know what? I need to bring up some pictures for y'all from the 70s and the 80s because white dudes and black dudes was squeezing into jeans in the 80s. And the 70s, listen.
With the frills on the
Ooh,
shirt and
have
the
you seen them
platforms.
pants? So y'all just talk about the gray sweatpants. Listen, them pants in the 70s is like slick on them hoochie daddy shorts.
I want a pair.
You want to pair
To
with
tell
Yeah,
us
like,
date.
they always mention the picture of Ron Isley and Isley Brothers from back then, where they had the frilly shirt, and then with the pedicure and the platform
And then you had to have the
shoes.
shirt button on here because you
Yeah.
had to have all the chest hair showing. It shows you were
Yeah.
virile.
Even though I
70s
hate
fashion
chest,
was weird.
I dressed like a character like that for a play a while back. It was
I
always
remember.
weird having like the chest hair out. And I was like, this was a thing? And I
Oh,
ain't gonna
yeah.
lie, after the
And
show, some people would talk to you. Oh, that was all
but why
some
was
funny
chest
comments,
hair
like-
so attractive?
Okay,
I
so
like hair.
okay,
I always
as
shave
someone
my-
who has talked to their aunts who grew up in the 70s and 80s, okay, so
Yeah.
the thing about chest hairs, right, as to why it was attractive, right? Apparently, if you're showing off your chest and all the chest hairs, you're manly. You're more virile, you're a man, and it's just sexy. That's why it's
what
attractive.
someone told me.
That's-
Chest hair and cleavage are the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what someone
No, but
told
it
me.
also is showing off, like, okay, for instance, like, okay, when a boy hits puberty,
Puberty.
right? You start growing facial hair and all that. And you grow the beard, you go to whatever. Because even in the 70s, you couldn't grow a full beard like you use a pump. But all of that. So it's like, if you had, first of all, it was just styled to have your chest out anyway. And I don't know why.
I just have my chest out now, and people would be like, "Where your chest out?" I'm like, "Bro, I shaved my chest."
I feel like
Right.
I'm manscaped.
No, but in the
Yeah.
70s,
Yeah.
having your chest out was a thing. I'm not even sure some of those shirts came with buttons. I mean, have you seen the jumpsuit? It was one button right here, right above your
belly
crotch.
button? Oh.
Not even your belly button. Okay. My daddy had a jumpsuit. I gotta stand up.
You ain't gotta stand up, sit down.
No. I will show you.
You all up in the camera.
But I'm the
there?
camera.
That's the point.
This ain't that kind of show.
My daddy
right.
had a jumpsuit, right?
Okay,
It
face
was like-
face the Miller camera.
It was literally the button stopped right here.
That's it.
He still have
Right
it?
there.
He still have it?
No!
I was gonna ask
I'm
if I could
pretty
buy.
sure that's how. I'm pretty sure that's what
I was gonna buy it off him.
I'm wondering if that's what he was wearing when he got my mama.
I want
They've
to.
been together 40 years, so.
Probably.
I want a jumpsuit.
And a big old afro, and like his hair at the time was like, cause he used to work in the sun, so it was like that, like it was brown, but it had that goldish tint. So a big old afro, jumpsuit down to here, all the chest hair out.
That's the fit. That's the fit.
And the beard.
That's
There you go.
I went to sleep. That was heat because they was on to something. Because dressing like that character, I had my little shoes on, I had my shirt, chest hair out. It was cool. You know how hard it is being here,
yeah,
boy?
your coin chain.
Yeah, no, I had my little coin chain. All my chest was out. on my hair, I just grew my first chest out.
Did
I
you
was
have
hair was out.
platforms? Did you
Yes,
have
I
platforms?
did. Yes, I did. They were lent to me, and it was fantastic. And I say, boy,
Actually,
this is comfortable.
I know who lent them to you, and some of the pieces, I think, like the boots stuff, he actually was like, these are things I've had from the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
love it.
listen, so the tight pants, the chest hair was all, and the hoochie.
This is amazing.
And you had to be out with the chest hair out and the hoochie daddy shorts.
Only
and
thing
tight.
I get to wear, I need to try. I want to try the shorts, but I want to try the shorts when the top half. When I got a six pack in, I actually want to do yard work.
So you want to
And
have the coochie cutters?
No, wait,
No, hoochie daddy
The
shorts.
hoochie daddies, the
Okay, so you
jeans,
talking about-
With
you
a
talking
hoochie
about-
daddy.
the jean short, the
Yeah,
jorts.
that's what they did. That's
I
what-
want the jorts.
No, that's what they say. The coochie cutters because the jean shorts would stop here.
Those are hoochie daddy shirts. Coochie cutters is. Don't make me stand up again.
No, but that's what the coochie cutters is.
That's what we call them.
Damn it. All right.
I gotta notice. No, that's for when I buy my
Hoochie daddy
speedos.
shorts.
Face the camera on
Sorry.
three.
Hoochie daddy shorts are completely different as men. When we as women say the coochie cutters or some other word I can't say on the show, right? We mean them shorts when they look like a diaper and they pale.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
what
can
Gabe
see-
talking about.
No, he's talking about the hoochie
I want the
daddy
hoochie
ones.
daddy shorts.
Okay, so you want the mid thigh joint?
Yeah.
No, those ones that underneath all hair and it's like it looks like a walking yeast infection. Those are coochie. Because it right here, and it's like every time I see girls in that, I'm like,
Okay,
ooh,
you can
just
sit
baking
down.
bread down there.
No, I remember that was popular back in the early 2010s.
It
Like,
was.
where girls used to just cut them all the way so their little cheeks.
Oh no,
hang
you
out.
would actually buy shirts like.
No, when I was in Atlanta, the gals them was walking around with them right
That
there.
never made sense to me, and it's like it's so short, like the pockets. I'm like, that's. Just...
Yeah, the pockets hanging out in the back. Yeah.
I actually just.
Good times.
So I was on the interwebs on Facebook. I'm trying to, we all know, reset my algorithm. So I'm clicking on like random things to do that. And it was a thread. I think it's Free People posted these like new jeans, and the model's like this big, right?
Yeah.
So clearly it works for her. The comments talking about like same thing we was talking about the coochie guys. They're like, so who's supposed to wear these? I'm like, we baking bread. Like I can fit. One girl said I could fit one labia in there. Like what am I supposed to do with this? Because even on the skinny model, it's like literally.
Are you talking about the bathing suit with it's like the wrap?
Not that one. Because there was one I think.
No, because some girls was like, but my bread can't even fit inside.
Fashion Nova had a bathing suit that was like cut like hair, and I'm like, bro. First of all, you have to not even shave. You have to go wax everything. Secondly, like someone said, like one lip can't fit. Like it literally was like this size, not even that big. Like who is this for? Like it's like a scrap of paper.
Tired pumper gals, calm down yourself. All right, so moving on. Let's talk about. I recently, within the last couple of weeks, appeared on the news. Yep. And I was in semi cosplay.
Yay!
And I spoke upon the recent banning of the latest Demon Slayer movie.
Oh, we doing this?
We doing this?
Sure.
Insert story, I can find it.
Go ahead.
All right. So, the geek people looked at me saying, Jesse, what are you going to do?
He's about to be dramatic, isn't he?
Yes. What are you going to do?
Come
I
on,
know your
Knuckles.
crew going to be mad. And that's like, if I assemble them, if I put the call in the sky, we will assemble en masse.
How much y'all gonna be there? 800 million. I love that you caught the reference.
I
With
don't
a
know.
approach.
I caught it, but I don't know where it's from.
So, I thought about it and I was like, wait, it ain't really that serious because But we can watch this online, bro. Y'all can find us
Like,
on
it's
your
like I said earlier. We watched anime on YouTube in parts. One episode had 4 parts. Poor quality. And like I said, the first episode will be in complete English. The second episode in Spanish with English subtitles. Guys, we never used to take
Sir,
to the movie theater
sir.
to watch movies like that.
Sir, as a fellow anime and BL fan, I have watched whole animes and BL things in complete Japanese. No idea what
Exactly.
they saying. Just watching it.
Exactly.
I have no idea what y'all saying.
And you could do
I'm
it
gonna figure it
at
out.
a better setting. You could do it at home. You could do it. You could watch the anime at home in your underwear with any food you want.
No, but a movie theater is a different experience, though. It's the
Okay.
experience. It's also the bonding of, because I'm not
You
gonna
can do
lie.
that with your homies.
No. One of my favorite things I will say, like being a part of a fandom, which I didn't like being part of fandoms at first, but one of the best things is one thing to bond with friends and like that's fine. But like that kind of like central
Strangers.
thing that brings you and other people together, even if it's online. And to me, online, I love it. So I can imagine in person, like a group of people who like are in, like that'd be super cool. But wasn't said movie theater, I'm not calling it, weren't they encouraging people to bring themselves to their lobby on a particular date? They posted something on social media and it's like, hey, y'all show up on this particular date and watch
it
it
was
on your
in
phones
reference-
and laptops.
Guys,
It was in reference to
Yeah.
the interview that I somewhat did, but no, but like people was asking, okay, why aren't the anime community, the nerd community outraged? Our common response is like, fam,
I could
we got
watch
the
it
internet, bro.
at home for free in my underwear.
If we wanted to have a Demon Slayer party, we could just
we could do that.
we could have it here at the studio.
Yeah.
Buy a couple of people, be dressed up, take pictures, and
It's a
watch it.
different experience, so.
I mean, it's just the movie.
Fam,
No, but I'm saying that is a different experience. Like, for instance, I wish I had gone and watched the Taylor Swift movie in the theaters because maybe I would meet other fans. Because it's a different experience.
I mean, movies have become like concert events to where it's like when a movie come out, people will
depending on what it is.
yeah, people will show up like in their paraphernalia
Yeah.
to watch it, and it'd be a whole bonding thing.
I see it mainly
Yeah.
with like superhero or like fandom movies like that.
Like even
or
the
some
concert,
of the concert movies.
yeah, like so when the
Because with Taylor Swift,
Beyonce,
people were like dressing up and going to see it. Beyonce, okay,
Yeah.
not as much over here. Beyonce, people were all like in the garb and singing in the theater and all of that.
yeah, so it's become a concert like atmosphere, but you know, but like someone said when they announced that banning, well, I wasn't upset with that. The
The
banning.
band was so stupid.
The reasoning
the reason
behind
was
it,
dumb.
it was
I
dumb.
can't defend that reason.
Here's the thing.
But
I don't think that was the reason. I think they figured, hey, no one really watches this cartoony nonsense, so nobody's gonna care. And then they banned it, and then they realized,
y'all got a fan base.
we got like a bigger fan base than we thought. So they pulled that reason out of thin air. They tried to come up with something that made sense.
They
I
literally
didn't.
say the story has no plot and it's not in English.
Nigga,
And then,
I was like,
and then,
most
you
anime
just said
ain't?
that you watched something just in Japanese and there's no English, and you just was like, you gonna figure it out. So
yeah.
And the thing is, I'm like, so I'm pretty sure this movie comes with subtitles. But the thing also, this would be like the third Demon Slayer movie Fusion has bought here.
Third.
yeah, well,
Third.
second,
Second.
third.
I only know but
Second,
two.
y'all
Thank you. I got
know.
concerned. I said there's a third one. I missed the third one.
Anyway, this would not be the first Demon Slayer movie that they bought here, nor the first anime movie they bought here. So your logic of it has no plot and it's in a different language, which of course you think it have no plot because you wasn't trying to understand the language. Just tell me you don't like to read.
Yeah.
I'm sure Fusion
you
could
don't
have dig
have
up a
the
dub
talents
version for you.
to look at the screen and the words at
I'm
the same
sure
time.
Fusion could have found a dub version for them.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't even think they watched the movie. Just say y'all heard that it had the word demon in it and y'all lost y'all damn
No, they
minds.
saw the title and they say, demon.
Because
No,
was
and
there a
it's not-
different dude before? Because I think there was a different head of the Bahamas Film and Plays. Because I know Ian Strong was saying that he's no longer in charge of it for the Grand Bahama Bar or something like that.
Oh yeah, I did see that. He did post that and say he was not in charge of that. I'm wondering why he had. I hope they wasn't doing nothing that bad in that man
No,
chat.
because people probably was coming to him with nonsense. But it would make sense that they had a change of leadership or maybe a shakeup of the board. Because this is the second movie. So this is not the first movie y'all brought here. And y'all approved it before. So either y'all didn't watch it or y'all got influenced by the Christian Council or like it's a different, like I said, it's a different set of people watching it. And my thing is, y'all talking about Demon Slayer or whatever, right? Y'all don't bring The Nun. Y'all don't bring all kind of movies here.
Absolutely.
And I've watched more violent movies than like whatever Demon Slayer got going on in the theater, like y'all have brought here. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Y'all only is get like it was so stupid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I said what I said.
I know, but here's the thing: the fan base
did you
ain't
say?
making it no better because.
Good.
How rabid they getting, guys? Let's all go to Fusion and watch it on our phone. I'm like, guys,
No. That wasn't a fan
That
base who
wasn't a
said
fan-
that.
that was
The,
still-
one of the execs from Fusion invited them, was like, hey, all the fans of, and they did a code it, right? There's like fans of a particular anime. You're invited to come to Fusion on a particular day, whatever day y'all pick, on a particular day and watch it in the lobby on your phones and your iPads. So
that wouldn't upset them because that could be taken as a mocking gesture.
no, the guy. Okay, so the guy who said it, he was pissed off about the bat because, like he said, we already brought one movie here. The reason is stupid. So since y'all wouldn't have an issue, whatever, you know what? Anime fans, come sit in the lobby and watch it.
I
I
feel
kind
like
of
that
got the
sparked
feeling
something
like
else.
maybe they were gonna like stream it.
I think
for
he was
free
just
for you.
trolling because you
They
know.
already,
might have been joking.
and I think they already
So
view
I don't
anime
think-
fans as weird. So for us to do that would just
So it
anytime-
wasn't anime fans being like, we going to Fusion. A lot of people thought that because they were like, oh, why y'all taking out Fusion?
No,
It's
when
not
people was like,
Fusion's
why y'all
fault.
still complaining about this, and that, and that? It's like, ain't nobody complaining. It's just
It's the
saying
principle of the matter.
Yeah. Like,
Because my thing is, okay, y'all saying that, as I said to someone, y'all saying that. What if they had said, hey, we ain't bringing the Beyonce concert here because it's too much flesh or too much whatever, or what she doing is demonic. Y'all would have rioted.
they would have burned this place to the
Y'all
ground.
would've
No,
been mad.
they're rioting now. They would have burned this place to the ground. Their brothers would have been mad.
Or any other ones that are like superhero movies or big movies that you want to come here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, subsequently we had Tyler Simmons, shout out to Tyler. She had Michael and I think it would my boy who was in charge of Manga Corps. They like she had a follow-up story with them about putting respect not only on the anime community but the nerd community and understanding it ain't just a bunch of which some things me and Michael talk about on the last episode or two of cartoons, which is doing what did very well, especially the clips on TikTok. That, you know, the stereotype of what a quote unquote geek weeb nerd looks like isn't what you think it is, and there's viable fields of employment and opportunities for us today. So, you know, don't say it look weird because you don't understand it.
Yeah.
But understand that this is part of life. That's why back to I think what me and you was talking about. What is an adult hobby?
Oh,
That was me and you.
That was y'all too a while
was
back.
Oh, so Kim, you ain't been here since the new year.
Oh,
Yeah, it was what I did.
tis a while. Tis a while.
I think we did one in January. Yeah,
Yeah, so
and it was
Gabe
Gabe
was in
missing.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And then
so-
February I was missing. McGabe was here. I think. I don't
No,
know.
Gabe wasn't there. That's when they did Michael.
I gotta check this out. Hold on.
So
Because
yeah,
that's when we talked about what is an adult hobby.
Yeah, ain't no
I
such thing.
actually, oddly enough, referenced that because I was talking to.
into
my
Mike.
s- Oh, man, my back was hurt. I was talking to my sister-in-law about this because we were talking about.
Come on, Backpack Warriors.
Backpack Warriors was in December.
Oh,
November.
ja! Yeah, you got me. 4K, my bad. Carry on, carry on. Carry on.
Before Kay says it a lot. I was actually talking to my sister-in-law about this. So we were talking with my nephews and then someone else we know and like how they're more grown, like they, like a particular age, like they're 10, this girl, and she don't play with dolls, da-da-da-da. And then we got into talking about what is an adult hobby and what is considered an adult and how, and I mentioned you, I was like on my podcast, dude was talking about how, you know, when you're an adult, apparently you're only supposed to pay bills and die, right? And she's like,
Yeah.
well, she's like, well,
Why?
she's like, yeah, that sounds boring though. And I was saying how you said, you know, I'm a grown man. So if I want to spend my money on dressing up in costumes or playing video games, and we was just talking about how people think those things are childish. And she was saying like going to the geek out and seeing like people all dressed up and being in the video games. And I was telling her, you know, you go there and you see people buying like the toys and stuff. She's like, plenty. She's like, but the whole point of life is to be enjoyed. So like,
Yeah. Experience.
like she said, okay, you may spend your money on costumes, and then people spend their money on going to the club or whatever. It's whatever. Let people
At the end of the
enjoy
day,
things.
everybody addicted to something will take the pain away. That same person you call weird for watching anime, every time you get a paycheck, you spend it on drinking. You
Or
ain't
might,
better.
No, but you might not spend it on drinking. You might spend it on gardening or whatever your hobby is.
Yeah.
Your hobby is not more adult than mine.
Or better than any, especially
But
not when you're wasting
see, in
away.
today's world, we have a lot of secret finds.
Oh yeah.
Because people think, okay, it's excessive because I put out that clip with the whole there's no such thing as an adult hobby. And people said,
Oh, I saw the comment section. I saw that
Oh.
comment section.
I think you're doing too much that you're dressed up like go on. I'm like,
Like this
brother.
dude was like, "Oh, I like I like cartoons. First of all, it's anime. I like cartoons as much as the next person, but you need to get. But you know what? He did educate us because we were wondering what an adult hobby is, and he told us
What?
an adult hobby is yachting or golfing
Yeah.
or like
Got the
diving.
money for that.
Those aren't adult hobbies. Those are rich people
Talking about
hobbies.
hobbies.
I almost get ready to say those are white people, but no, because I can't afford that.
Like for instance,
I
right?
can't afford nothing she named just now.
Like
No.
for instance, our national sport is now sailing. In order so people
them
can
long enough.
actually
See.
do it, they're like
you don't have the boat?
no. Okay, so what they've done actually is they've implemented two things. They've implemented a program in the government schools. I think they started in the family ends. Teach kids how to swim. One,
Yeah.
Yeah.
two. They also have a sailing camp in the summer, but they also have like the sailing program for the kids. Like they had to implement whole programs too. So what I'm saying is, it ain't like this, and it took. Like sailing is just now. They've been talking about this for 5-6 years, but it took them 6 years to get the money
To make the
to
decision.
implement. No, to get the money to be able to implement it because it's not a cheap sport.
And it used
now
to be
people
cricket.
in
It used
the
to be
fam-
cricket. Cricket at one point, no.
No,
Yeah,
cricket
but we
used to
don't
be,
play
but we don't
cricket.
play cricket like that.
I know, but it used to be. They used to tell
Yeah,
you that in
yeah.
school.
And the reason
but I never saw us
the reason
playing
they
it.
made sailing because in all honesty, when people say we don't sail, that's not true.
No, regatta?
No. What it is Nassau is literally almost probably the only island that sail. All the other islands is be sailing from these kids like 6 and 5 and things like that. It's just we don't because we the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, what is this whole thing about being an adult is like let people have things,
Do what
bro.
makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like some people got some weird hobbies, but I let y'all rock. 'cause
Yeah, I mean,
Enjoy
bro, you
things.
only live once, YOLO.
Yeah.
But speaking on adult hobbies,
Oh wait, I find that I'm
Why
trying
did
to
you send
find
that strike fear into my heart?
yeah, because we're going to talk about actually enjoying your childhood.
Oh yeah.
And these child stars, they're being abused.
Hold on, wait, I have a quote
I
for
know
the
you
thing
was
we were
going
talking about. I'm trying to get it right now. I'm trying to make sure I have the quote right.
Okay, while she is figuring that
It's
out.
from Taylor Swift.
Okay. While she's figuring it out. So in recent weeks,
What do you mean?
Well,
recent
Found
weeks?
it.
You mean earlier
The
this
worst
week and
kind
last
of
week?
person is someone who makes someone feel bad, dumb, or stupid for like being excited about something. And that's my thing. When people are excited and they're like, "Oh, that's not adult." Why? Shut up.
Yeah.
Life is hard. Let people have things. If it is long as they're not hurting anybody or hurting themselves or it's not dangerous. Although if you throw knives and let rock out, but. Like if you want to dress up in costumes, if you want to play video games, if you decide you want to garden or whatever, let people
collect
have things.
books,
Yes,
manga.
stamps, like whatever. Let people
Bottle caps.
collect those.
I
Let
used to
people
back in the
have
day.
things. And the thing is, we put this weird idea on how do you act at a certain age. Because I remember having a conversation with someone about how I'm silly. And I took that to heart. I was like, yeah, I am.
They said you was immature and
They called me
Oh, I
silly.
tell them I'm a silly
yeah.
goose.
So, and I took it to heart because I was feeling the type of way about how I silly. I've always been silly. And I was like, yeah, people don't take me seriously. And they were like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So I felt the type of way. And then I called my best friend and she cussed me out. She was like, why are you letting these people get in your head? So what if you silly? Say, I love your silliness. And who cares if people take you seriously? She's like, the people that know that you make sense take you seriously. And so, like, we had this conversation. Why do you care about what other people think?
Yeah, once you find your
She's
tribe.
like, because these people that call you silly, most of them are adult and they miserable.
Yeah.
yeah.
And she's like, you being silly, like many a days, that personality is what's gotten me through. So, and then it makes me think like when the girls are on the boat. So I was going to word this weirdly, but anyway. So we had these 2 teenagers on the boat, right? And they were cool. Gabe kept calling one of them Fiona. Explain why you called her Fiona, Gabe.
She was a redhead, and she kind of looked like Fiona from Shrek.
The human form. Human form.
No, I said no. At first, I didn't elaborate. I thought I thought they knew I meant the human form. And the girl says, "You just told me my best friend looks like Fiona," and that's when I specified the human form because of the red hair. They was about to jump me. I'm not.
And I was gonna let them because I am.
No, they would have to catch me. I was running.
I went straight to ogre form.
I was running. No, she looked like Fiona, the human form.
And then next thing I know, I almost get knocked down because apparently Gabe and them. Well, one of them tagged me. She's
I
like,
was
"Tag
chilling,
your it."
doing my job, being the best me I can be. When out of nowhere, the guest approached me and she said, "Tag, you're it." One half of my brain was like, childish. I would never indulge in such things. And the other half was like,
no, wait, SpongeBob meme. 2 seconds later.
the other half of me was like, Mama ain't raised no loser. So I teleported across the boat and I tagged her, and she was it because I wasn't losing. P.S. At the end of the game, at the end of the trip, we don't know who is it till this day. I've been afraid to touch anybody. Like I'm scared because I don't know if they're it. I don't want to risk it.
So she actually, I was in the middle of like talking, like performing a job, and she touched. She's like tag, and I'm like, give me a minute because I wanted to play.
Yeah.
I played for a little bit, and then she touched the other coworker, and he just stood there looking at them like, I don't know, dude. I was like, you're it, and he's like, oh. But I was like, have you never played tag?
Yeah.
He's a little confused. My point, I bring that up. So these girls were 17. And I'm like, most guests thought it was like adorable, right? But I'm sure I saw a couple with the eyes. Most people would say they 17, they too old to be playing childish games. And this 21-year-old too old to be playing childish games. Like, that's childish. But they had
Cardio.
so much fun. Listen, Gabe loved him.
I was depressed on that job site. After that day, I say, boy, I know I could still move like this. A brother could still bend his knees. So yeah, I was
Dave, you ain't that old.
Okay, you got
No,
me then. But it was fun. It was a breath of fresh air.
Because I said
It was
to
a breath
them,
of fresh
I'm not
air.
playing with y'all because I'm too old. And like when she tagged me, I started running. I was like, this actually, I feel
It's kind of. I feel loose. I
feel so
feel
nice.
smoother than butter, man.
But that's my point. Like, it's okay to do stuff that we might have to do a game of tag.
Oh yeah, I'd be down for that. Again, I'm not losing though. I refuse. I performed parkour. I was jumping over things. People say, "Oh, he's gonna fall."
Listen.
and I'd stick the land.
I wasn't even sure what was going on. I just felt this body force slammed into me
I
and then
bumped into
yanked
Archie.
me.
Archie,
Hard.
I ain't gonna lie. If I didn't put my arm out to catch Archie, she was going on the floor, and I would have had this dog because I would have feel. I say, hold on, my boss on the floor. We gotta fix this because if they find out it's me, it's over. They're not gonna hear my mouth. It's done. I'm finished. My career is over.
But we should play a game of tag. It's not enough for us to play a game of tag.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we need more people.
For sure.
Actually, I thought about bringing water balloons to the ship.
We could.
Water balloons, and just hucking them at people. And then there's
I
this
was gonna
big
say
balloon
we
that
should
you
play.
drop
We
from the
should
roof.
play Pokken, but I prefer to play with water balloons because my 30-something-year-old back can't
Pokken?
take my 10-year-old back with him.
Y'all ain't ready for pocket.
We actually they actually banned Pokken in my school because some dude literally like he went home, took off his shirt, and he's like, "Oh hell
he
no!"
had bruises?
All the marks. Same thing with 21 Spanks. Dude, Travis was there.
What are you, weak?
And then we
can't withstand the
stopped
battlefield.
playing British Bulldog, and one of the dudes in our class, like we were running, right? Y'all know what British Bulldog is?
No, enlighten me.
Okay.
Enlighten me.
So what it is you line up on one side of the playground, right? And you have a player in the middle of it, and you have to run from one side to the next. And the player's job is try to catch someone.
That's called Red Rover.
Right.
No, not
I
Red
was
Rover,
thinking
not
that.
with the arms.
Oh, that sounds like Red Rover.
No, it's literally is one person in the middle and a line of people. It's not like two lines like you trying to run over and they stop you. It is one person in the middle, and their job is to catch someone. So if they catch that person, now they're also part of it. So the game ends. The last person remaining is it. So he was running across or whatever, right? All we heard was a screw. Like I was next to him, right? So he fell, and his leg did like a 360.
So he broke his leg?
His leg did like a 360 around his body, and his body went this way. And I looked down. He was screaming, and like that's the first time I've ever seen bone like pop out.
Yeah, bone.
So after that, they were like, "Shut it down, y'all ain't never playing
what
this
school
game
was
again."
The way you describe
What
it make it
schools
sound
were-
like he fought like a Family Guy character.
Oh, wow.
Because he was like this. I just saw his body went this way, and then his leg went around the body.
From how she stayed at 360.
And he was already like, so he was like 12. He was already super tall. He was like already almost 6 feet. So he had a lot of legs to do that spin with. Look at that messed him right up.
I know his knee. All right, so moving on to
Sorry.
the important.
And violent
fun
childhood games. That's the thing. When people talk about games of child, do you know how many injuries you got from childhood games?
No,
The
for real.
childhood.
I ran into a
For
It
real.
was a battlefield, bro. Only the strong survive. You think it was regular tag? No. I used to jump off of things to tag people. I was flying through the air. I was a menace.
I guess
was
the
fierce.
scars.
I remember tag. I was running right, and like my best friend at the time. I think we were all was it tag. I can't remember what game it was, but I remember like trying to run away, and she was running from somebody, and she slammed into me, and with the momentum she was running with, I slammed into a metal post. I don't remember much. I blacked out. I woke up in the nurse's office.
Wow.
And a little bit sore and a little bit bloody. And she was like, oh my God. Apparently, whatever I slammed into, there was blood and bruises. I was like,
After you wake up, what happened? Your friend crashed into you at Mach 5. You hit a pole.
and then
that
there was
it.
another dude, he was playing tag, and he was
That's
going
it.
so fast, right? And he tried to stop, but he didn't stop in time. And this nigga flipped head first into a garbage can.
Y'all ever see a friend?
He was going so fast. Not only did he just flip head first in the garbage can, he flipped head first into the garbage can and flipped out. Like, that's the momentum he was going with. He's like, boom. Like, and the garbage can flipped over with him. We're like, bro, what?
You ever see someone run at top speed and when they trip, they start rolling, just eating a bunch of dirt? That's probably what my childhood was. And I that happened to me a few times too, but I learned that after you roll, you have the ability to stand up. You still have the same speed and momentum so you could run it off. But
Yeah.
I used to watch people really fall, roll. They were human crayon. So when they slide on that asphalt, they're literally losing centimeters of their skin.
Ooh.
And I'm like, y'all call these kids games? These are man games.
These are dangerous.
These are games of warriors.
I don't know what these kids is playing now, but
I don't think they play.
I don't think they just watch people play.
well, the thing is, it's weird because I know, like, with my nephew's school, right? Like, the older one has recess, but the younger one, like, certain grades have recess, but certain grades don't. I think it's to stop, like, the older kids from mess with the younger kids.
From playing
But
with the
even
younger
when they outside of recess, it's not. Well, first of all, the playgrounds are dirt, which is smart. Because let me tell you, falling on concrete is not fun.
Oh yeah, you'd rather fall on soft cotton dirt.
But it's like, they have teachers monitoring, so, like, all, like, how do we do all that rough nonsense? They can't.
Do they even roughhouse anymore?
I don't know.
Because when I explained to my nephew's tag and British Bulldog, they look at me like I was talking like in a foreign language. Just like, what is that?
I don't even think little kids even play like that no more. Nobody like because of these modern conventions and things like that.
A lot of these kids don't go outside.
sorry,
Like,
yeah, just watch other people play.
yeah, like they'll watch channels of these kids going to water parks and playing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thankful they encouraged my niece and my nephews to go outside and like ride bikes, ride your skateboard, do stuff as a play sports outside as opposed to being hooked up to computer. Because like I said, I'll go watch these things and I was like, so we watching people play games?
Yeah, that's what the
Watching people
kids
play
do.
football when I could play it myself.
They just watch people play video games, which I still don't understand, but do you?
Yeah, no.
It's
They're
for the
streaming.
sometimes I do it for the commentary because they say some funny things. But they're
these-
like us.
Yes,
Please love me.
But I would like to talk about the importance of like what I realized as I get older is like the more you age, the more you realize how much childhood trauma you have. Like the repressed emotions you had from childhood still lingering and affecting you in real time.
Especially if you grew up with a Caribbean parent.
Yeah.
John.
And then, also
What do you mean a
with,
Caribbean parent? Caribbean parents can do no wrong.
we're looking at you.
It's
right.
weird because like when people talk about Caribbean parents this, Caribbean parents that, right? And like I
African
listen.
parents probably just
No,
as
and
bad.
I listen to the stories, right?
It's like I experienced the same thing.
No, I'm like, so my childhood was different then.
Yeah.
I think everybody has childhood trauma. Like, no matter, you could have the best, most idyllic
Yeah,
childhood,
yeah.
and you still, even if it's childhood,
It's
I
the
think,
simplest things that could like stay with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we think of childhood trauma, we think of trauma inflicted on us from our parents, but it doesn't necessarily have to be your parents. It could be an experience. It could
Your
be a friendship.
classmates.
Even if you got bullied or just something as simple as I broke my leg, that's still a trauma.
Yeah,
You
or
could have a
like
great
you
childhood.
failed, or you was always trying, or let's say you didn't get a part in a play,
Yeah.
or you didn't get that bike for Christmas.
I'm a grown man and I just don't get parts in plays and I just don't cry because I just be like, was I that garbage? Was my audition
You have to
horrible?
realize that, listen, everybody, I had to realize it too, because I'm like, but why? Was I not good enough? And then you have to realize, not everybody, you might not have been a right fit for it. So you just gotta.
It'd be like that, and that's okay.
And the thing is, like you said about the childhood trauma, and like I think also a part of, I don't know if you call it childhood trauma, is realizing that your experience is different. Because I remember, like I grew up in a 2-parent home. I grew up with brothers. This is like a different experience. And then when I went to like COB, experiencing people who had like a completely different experience.
Yeah,
And like their childhood was different. It's like, oh.
yeah, because so much, we really be living in this world where hurt people be hurting people.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and it goes, and then it's unfortunate, but it's like sometimes we're casualties of someone else's learning experience.
Oh yeah.
Okay, like, you will go on a job. This person becoming or never learn how to be a great leader before, or this their first time. And because they trying to figure it out, you getting all
I
hell.
antagonizing them. It's like, your leadership was poor. It's poor. He's like,
but
I
you
know
don't-
that nigga. It's
no,
my first time.
You don't even have to antagonize them. It's okay. For
The
instance,
pressure.
Let me use an example. There was somebody who was put in a position they wasn't necessarily qualified for, right? And any suggestions that were given, even good ones, like, hey, we could do this, we could do that, it was taken as a criticism of my skills because they were insecure about those skills. So instead of taking those suggestions, it was defensiveness and then lashing out. So
Which could stem from childhood trauma.
Well,
because
no,
that's
I knew
where
that
it
the
really
person was insecure about their skills because it was like, you're not qualified for this job that you're in. You were given this job. You're not qualified for it. And they felt insecure about that. They knew they weren't qualified for the job. And as opposed to like reading up on stuff, taking classes to maybe get more qualified, they didn't. But if you made suggestions like, oh, we could do this, we could do that, it was taken as you saying that I don't know how to do my job. You criticizing me. So I don't know. We ain't doing that because I'm the one that's in charge of this department. And so it stopped the progress of like things that could be because you and your feelings.
Yeah, I mean that's throughout down, a big complaint of us young Bahamians becoming professionals was, the older set would feel like, oh, y'all because y'all gone to get
You trying to take my
degrees.
position. So you about to die.
I'd be like, homie, I don't want your position. I actually am supposed to be here for more than 2 years. My 2 weeks notice is in. I'm the least of your
No,
worries.
but it's like I can see that coming from someone else our age, but it's like,
Oh, no.
you about to retire, but
Actually, they ain't gonna say
You-
that. They ain't gonna never say you about to take a
You-
position. But they
you-
sure as hell can act like it.
no,
They sure
you
can act like
you
it.
don't want to train this new younger person. You don't want to take their ideas because you feel like it's pushing you out, but you're about to leave. They don't realize that this is your legacy. Teaching someone else because this young person might have new bright ideas, but they don't have your experience. They don't know how to go about executing it. And you can help them show, okay, let's take these ideas you got. Let's do this so we can execute. Let's make it better. Like I could help you with this. That's your legacy. If someone talk about 10 years down the line, hey, I had this great mentor. No, in y'all mind, y'all legacy is me when they
did
talk
it
about
myself.
me.
Yeah.
But my thing is, once you leave, what have you contributed? Because they can hire somebody else who, possibly that young person who could come behind and innovate, where you could have been a part of the innovation. You ain't thinking that. You just thinking
Yeah, but it's all
you could be
for
in the
me,
seat
baby.
forever.
Yeah, and I like that you speak on those weighty advisors. Because recently,
Get them.
that has dropped. When I yell quiet on set, it's a whole different meaning.
Oh,
And
good God.
my childhood has been diminished. Because what I once thought was great shows made by a great network.
I mean, there's always
that?
been rumors of like some shady things going on.
Yeah,
Like
but
them-
it was really bad, really just breaking it down. And it's like,
wow.
I really hate the over sexualization of children.
The race behind the scenes racism too.
Oh yeah.
Because I made the comment, I was like, all right, some of the jokes on them different shows actually funny. But the bad thing is, you having children deliver these jokes.
Yeah, two children who don't really understand the jokes.
Because I was like, stuff like what Dan was coming up with, we would do stuff like that on two of our cartoons, but we're adults. So it's age appropriate. But you
Yeah.
having kids acting like they humping each other, trying to lift each other like,
And see the weird thing about his shows, right? Which like I said, I always found weird. The show Nickelodeon is a kids network.
Indeed.
So, like, at best, the maximum age of people who are going to watch Nickelodeon stops at like 12, right?
Well, I would say
I said
up
at
to
best.
teenagers. Yeah.
Maybe the thing is
Because
most
Teen Nick was that's why
Right.
Teen Nick was the thing.
Yeah, Teen Nick was the thing, but let's talk on a regular like Nick shows, and then Teen Nick, it still would be like early teens or whatever, right? Because some of their later shows, like once they saw up an Alex Mack and I Afraid of Dogs, some of their later shows was still silly. So shows like iCarly or Big Time Rush, I don't know if that's made by Dan Schneider.
No, that was it. No. iCarly, Zoe 101.
Right. So the
Drake
thing
and
is with those
Josh.
shows, right? Those feature teenagers.
Yeah.
For the most part, but it was marketed at children. So a lot of the stuff that they did was, you wouldn't see regular teenagers act like that. It would be like silly things that children would do. But I think he also tried to sneak in like things that teens would do, like the relationships and stuff like that. But it still was inappropriate in certain ways. Like, okay, fine, of teenagers or whatever, but it's still certain things. Like people brought up the sexualization of Ariana Grande. Or
Yeah,
like,
not just that,
even
but
the girls, like the way
the
certain
girl or
things
the,
was
the
like
cum shots and
What they would make them
the
wear.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even though I understand that these are teenagers, because I remember watching the shows and being like, you have these teenagers acting like 8-year-olds, which that in itself is problematic.
Yeah.
Because you have like a quote unquote, not grown person, but a quote unquote teenager doing dumb things that an 8-year-old would do, but then in a teenage body. So it's weird in the weird sexually. And then certain things like remember iCarly, the thing like the feet thing, and it's just
Yeah, you know, the feet thing was through because in Victorious, with Ariana Grande's character, it's like, oh, why you gotta do this and that?
And the way they made that character, right? Not only was she dumb, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But it was that
she wasn't dumb in episode 1, you know.
she wasn't. They dumbed her down. They went, well, okay. The reason for that they supposedly said is, I don't know if it's true or not. They said that if you notice, Kat got less screen time, and also they started to whatever. They claim it's because people really started to like the character of Kat. And also her saying that Victoria Justice was kind of jealous, so that's why they kind of minimized Ariana's part. Because remember, Victoria Justice
Was supposed to be the star of this show?
yeah, because the thing is, her, like a lot of other actresses on Nickelodeon and other networks, you have these like stars that are like bounce around from show to show, like they're in shows. Like I think she was in Zoe 101.
Yeah, she was in Zoe
She was in a
101.
couple other shows. And then the network, after them grinding, gives them their own show. So Victorious was supposed to be her show. She was supposed to be the star of the show. It was supposed to be the show to launch her. The problem is when they put in Victorious, she was like the least talented person in that cast.
Yeah, because Leon Thomas is an all award-winning
Jay
producer.
Gillies was good. Her sister was good. Ariana Grande, like,
It's
because
not like she was up against like, what's the word? How do you think she stocked up in terms of competition? Like you say, she was the least. Was she just horrible? Or
no,
were all
she
them
wasn't
Is it
horrible.
horrible? It's
all
just
them
they-
just-
it's just better.
She wasn't. None of them were seasoned. She wasn't horrible. But the thing is, she was supposed to be the star of the show. So she's supposed to be the standout. She did not stand out then. If anything, Jay Gillies stood out. Ariana Grande stood out.
I think Daniela.
Leon
Because I
Thomas.
don't think Ariana is necessarily the best actress, but we all know my girl could blow. So when she would sing, because the show was a musical show,
Yeah.
and Victoria had maybe the weakest voice, or like, I mean, I wouldn't say her acting was bad because all their acting were like what you expect for kid level acting.
There.
So it was, I don't know how we got on this because we was talking about the weirdness, but so she didn't necessarily stand out. Even now, she's like two of the biggest the stars out of that show
It's
is
Leon Thomas
Yeah.
and Ariana Grande.
and Jade Gillis is on Dynasty.
Okay.
She's on Dynasty. I think her and Ariana are still really good friends. She was in Ariana's music video. Yeah. So, and Victoria Justice, I mean, I'm not saying she's not still acting, but she still ain't blow up.
As much as she just.
She ain't a star.
No. Even, I think it's the same thing with iCarly. Miranda Cosgrove was a star of that show, but let's call a spade a spade.
Jeanette
McCurdy. If Jeanette
Yeah.
McCurdy wasn't so traumatized by her childhood and done with like Hollywood acting,
Done with acting,
she would
yeah.
be huge. Because I've seen her do like some dramatic stuff.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Spot on.
Yeah.
I'd look into that.
So like when me and Gabe was talking about earlier, it's like, that's why it's important to have a child. Because you
Yeah.
see what happens when you don't have a child.
one.
People just go out their mind. Like
Yeah.
Amanda Bynes, you had Lindsay Lohan.
No, I really.
Aaron
I don't
Carter.
think they do something. No, she's not out of her mind. They did something.
Okay,
a lot of
so-
the people who told the truth suddenly got put on medication. That don't seem
Well, no,
off to you.
actually, the thing is, okay, so with Amanda, right? So she's also in the conservatorship.
No, she
like-
just got from underneath that recently.
Yeah, but the thing is, hers wasn't as Brittany because her mom actually put her under it as like she was really concerned about her, and she had way more freedom than Brittany had. Like she had lots of freedom, right? And Amanda is diagnosed. I'm not sure which disorder, but she's diagnosed, and she's talked about herself how she's taking medication, how she's doing better, and she's trying. She's just a little odd. She always been a little odd.
Sure.
I mean, the eyebrows a little questionable, but yeah, girl. I think she's studying. She was talking about taking a manicure exam. So I think for her, I don't know if, like someone said, don't know if what happened in her childhood with Nickelodeon messed her up because I didn't watch her episode, or if
No, she in that episode, but there's rumors.
I haven't even like watched the whole Quiet on Set thing. I'm just seeing little snippets on TikTok. I can't
what are the
escape
rumors
it.
saying?
I can't. I
Her
want
and Don was extremely too close for a grown man.
That's
And
what
And
Yeah,
I
consistent.
heard that with a lot of his actions, because the thing is, his downfall came, seeing it's not just him, there were all kind of
No,
predators
he
on
had a
set.
bunch of sexual predators on set.
But isn't he?
Sex offenders.
Isn't he a sexual predator?
Yeah.
Or
mean, no-
rumored? I don't think they could.
No, I'm also hearing it was either him or Josh Peck that was friends with John Wayne Gacy. Like a pen
No,
pal.
it's Josh Peck.
Josh Peck was friends with John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
Josh Peck isn't.
No, not Josh,
Josh Peck. Brian Peck?
Yeah,
Because I
Brian
was about
Peck.
to say
My
Josh
bad.
Peck isn't
Don't
old
at me.
enough to be
Yeah.
pen pals with John Wayne
Peck was
Gacy.
old enough. So he was
Well,
friends with-
Brian
and he had
Peck
pictures
isn't
and
he
Jessica
also the
Biel.
one? Brian Peck is the one that touched Drake inappropriately.
No, ain't no just touch. Sodom.
I see. I wasn't.
No specifics.
Yeah. But also, I think someone said that he's actually been in the industry a long time because someone was talking about how he also is a mentor, acting coach, or whatever
Yeah.
for Leo on Growing Pains. So, now niggas
Yeah.
like, Leo, what's up? Tell us the story.
For sure.
But like someone always also pointed out, and this is really weird, but it's true, just because most predators or child molesters or whatever you want to call them have a type.
they picked their target.
Yeah, they have. I hate to say type. This is such
it's-
a horrible way to say it, but it is what it is. That's what they say.
They
like,
have a preferred
well,
prey.
no, that's literally what a psychologist will say. They have a type. The same way you have a type you're attracted to. They have a
Progress?
type. Yeah, they have a type. So not every person that they encounter or whatever they would molest. Because you've had people who've been like, oh, well, I had a music teacher and kids will come forward, they got molested. And you have other kids be like, oh, he was perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Although I don't know how nobody was this dude ever convicted? Because how did nobody?
Yeah,
do
he
a-
was convicted. He pled guilty.
But nobody did a background check. Why would you think a convicted predator would be somebody who should be working with kids
The thing
And
about
he
it
was
is
on several
after
different sets
No,
with
the-
several different sets
for
of
a
kids.
long time? You heard what they
Yeah.
said. He mentored Leo in like the 80s and Growing Pains. He's been doing this from the 80s. God knows how many other kids.
And then this is the thing. Even after the Drake Bell situation, he still was able to get work.
And then he did a video, which I ain't gonna lie, he had a video. You remember Tebow from iCarly? The guy who had the sticks and the tacos? You don't have to remember him. But he did an interview with him. Dan Schneider's last video was 3 years ago. He posted a new one that has like the 24-hour mark, or at least a few days ago. This brother wasn't talking. After Quiet on Set dropped, this brother does an interview and he making it seem like Tebow was interviewing him. And I'm like, dude, the time at which you dropped it, you look so guilty right now. And I think he actually kind of confessed inside there because he's saying, the thing I did back then, people found offensive now. He's saying you probably just cancel the show. I'm like, you can't cancel it. All of them are there. Some people are watching them on illegal sites. Let's be honest. You can't cancel it because all of them are right there.
But also, I mean, like the shows now are in the syndication, and I do think he got away with a lot because, like we talked about earlier, he built Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
like before, I remember watching Nickelodeon. Sound old back in the like ye old days. I do remember like Salute Your Shirts, one of them, Pete and Pete. There were a couple of shows that they had. And then they had T and Nick, which had all that, Alex Mack. But he really took off in like the late 90s, early 2000s with like those, like, I mean, I wasn't watching Nickelodeon like that yet. But Nickelodeon before that was mostly cartoons and a couple of like teen shows like Are You Afraid of the Dark, Alex Mack, all that. All that was his show too.
Yeah.
And then they gave him license.
The original one and the reboot.
We don't talk about the reboot.
Yeah, but that's where in the reboot is what happened with the Fear Factor stuff.
So I don't know about that one. I didn't even know there was a reboot. But because the original, listen, some of the cast that came out of that, Laurie Beth Denberg, Keenan Cal, anyway, and then he really took off in the early 2000s. Like they just gave him carte blanche. So you had Drake and Josh. And from Drake and Josh, you had iCarly because Miranda Cosgrove was on Drake and Josh. Then you had Sam and Cat, Victorious.
Zoe 101.
Zoe 101. I'm missing a couple of shows.
Henry Danger,
the Thundermans.
Yeah.
There's almost every single show that was on Nickelodeon in the late 90s to 2000s was a Dan Schneider show. That's why they were making the joke about, their set was different. There's very few shows
that didn't have him.
You had, I think, Big Time Rush, I believe, was in a Dan Schneider show.
I don't think he had anything to do with that.
No, Ned's Declassified. The show that Kyle Massey was on, because his mom came for it. Because she had one child on Nickelodeon and one child on Disney, and she came forward and talked about how she blamed the parents because your job is to protect your kids.
Yeah.
And some of them just had them roaming freeways like free.
How you sleeping by strangers' house?
That was her thing. She was like, I'm sorry, I'm not letting my child catch a ride home with a grown adult. I'm not letting my child sleep by a grown adult. And I get her point. I still think that the predator is mostly to blame.
Victim blame.
Right. Yeah. I also, as we talked about earlier, parents somewhat, but I do think for some parents, because some of them, like Jeanette talks about, her mom was stage parents. So it's like, okay, I don't really want to rock the boat because I don't want to like cut off like the money.
Yeah.
Right. And then some of them also like, this is my kid's dream. I don't necessarily want to like say
jeopardize it. Because one dude in that dog did say when he was fired off of, I think, the Amanda Show. Was it Amanda Show or All That? For season 3, he did feel like, yo, it was his mom to blame, and
I saw that.
Felt like, yo, that firing
something was off.
ruined.
Something was off.
No. She said after they let her go, she was like, that firing of her son ruined their relationship forever. Because, like, you know, from a child, obviously, as an adult, you now understand why. But
I saw that one because he was talking about how when it happened, he like hated his mom because I ruined it, and also he couldn't get like. It wasn't like he could go to a different show or a different network. He could probably get gone to Disney. But what I'm saying is most kids kept within the network. And then also, but even if, like most of the producers, so even if you go to another network, they talk about how difficult his mom is, so he couldn't get work.
Yeah.
And like that ruined a relationship. He said just now going through therapy and being an adult, he realized like what she was doing. Because she said the reason why she started making a fuss, something didn't feel right. Like things were off and she didn't like it. And I think with a lot of the parents, the reason why, I haven't watched it, but from what I'm getting, a lot of this was with the boy children and some of the girls. And I think part of the reason as to why when people like how Kyle Massimo was like, where were the parents? You're supposed to protect your kids is the way we look at female and boy children. Like you are all over your daughters. Like you wouldn't let your daughter sleep by some strange man. Mm-hmm. Or I don't care if it's their acting coach, because your mind would automatically go to, oh, hell no. But with your boy children, you don't think anything of it. Because that's another man, A. But B is also, we don't think that boys and men can be preyed upon. Because even if it was a girl, another woman, you still would be like,
Yeah, I mean, you always, society always a little bit more protective for women.
yeah, because that's what someone was saying. Like this documentary, mother was talking about how this documentary is showing y'all you got to be just as protective of your sons as you are of your daughters.
Yeah.
Because I think that's why Elias was able to prey on these boys is because it's another man, it's fine, and also we don't think that men and boys can be victims.
Yeah. So, and that whole Drake episode, like...
I haven't watched it yet, but everybody is like, it's rough.
No, it's rough because there's a scene in there where he talked about when he got a girlfriend and this man calling the girlfriend house, like, repeatedly. And it's like, the girlfriend mom was like, ain't no 40, what's going on? Ain't no 40-year-old man.
I saw that. They say the girlfriend's mom, like, did what his mom did, and like, what the hell?
Yeah. So,
No, I gotta watch this.
A lot has happened in just the span of what, 2
This
months?
has been the year of revelation.
Was it you? Someone posted as the year of exposure or something.
Yeah.
I think it was you.
It's because whatever you're hiding in the dark coming out to light.
I mean,
didn't
we
even
had
talk about
Cat
Cat
Williams come
Williams.
out. We had Monique come out.
and we had the whole Diddy situation.
Yeah,
That's
which
still wilding on TikTok, right?
well,
I
Diddy.
can't
The
escape
weird
it,
thing
bro.
is, it's because Diddy is layers. It's Cassie coming out and saying, he was abusive to me. He was trash. I mean, he blew up Kid Cudi's car because we used to date, and Kid Cudi don't bother nobody. And then the rumors about him being gay and all these things, and then it resurfaced. The
And then,
rumors.
have you ever been swallowed? Have
What?
you ever been swallowed?
Is that Dave
I don't-
Chappelle?
No, you won't
No.
get that reference. I don't want
No.
you to get that reference.
Anyway, and then you have
got
like,
it.
Man, I
TV.
get that reference.
No, they do on TD Jake's a power bottom.
yeah, I'm mad. I know what a power bottom is, but anyway. But then you also had, and see what that did is that brought back up the
All the rumors from all over the years.
right, and I wouldn't even call these set rumors so much allegation of like it's been said that he treated his artists like crap. So like. It's just one onslaught. The thing with Cassie, and then like it came out with like, oh, he might be deviant and all this other stuff. Then it's like come back up about how like I think his artists are now comfortable enough to talk about. Yeah, Diddy was garbage as a producer, like because Mace. But the thing is, Mace been telling people and no one listened. Mace been saying this dude holding my masters and he paid us like peanuts and he was trash and nobody listened.
Yeah, I mean that's what exposure does, and we're only in the third month, going into
I'm
fourth,
exhausted.
and more exposure about to start happening.
I wonder if the Disney's gonna get exposed.
Of
They
course.
saying Quiet on Set maybe a season 2, episode. Well, season.
Because someone is saying that Disney wasn't as bad as Nick, but I'm pretty sure it was
And
worse.
I'm over
bro.
here like, fam, it may have secretly been worse because Disney is the place of dreams.
Yeah.
So if that's what
And
y'all selling, what y'all
here's
really
my
selling?
speaking of Disney, right? So they on some nonsense. So they're honoring Miley Cyrus with some sort of achievement award, life achievement award.
For Hannah Montana?
Yes, and the non-whites. I mean, almost everybody's upset because they're like, listen, Raven built the Disney Channel. How dare y'all? Why has Raven Simone not been honored before Miley Cyrus? All Miley Cyrus did was like, people's like, oh, but Miley's music, which ain't that great. But this is Disney honoring her, so Disney's honoring her for her work at Disney. She's done one show. I didn't realize how much Raven Simone built that network until someone listed all of the Disney things she's done. All of the movies, all of the shows. In fact, she's back on the network now doing, that's one of their biggest hit shows is
the-
Raven's Home.
Yeah. You know what actually happened with not Antonio Brown.
Orlando Brown?
Orlando Brown. Girl, give me some of that vagina.
Because people are bringing up, like, see, Orlando Brown tried to tell y'all,
Yeah.
and now he's whatever.
Yeah.
Although Orlando Brown is also
He's
very
like,
much on drugs.
They're trying to sell you grapes, apples, things that God gave us for free. No, you will.
No, but
burn
he
in
also
hell.
talked a lot
Is
about
the
that.
camera on me?
He talked a lot about the industry. So people are saying, like, I think because of what happened with Quiet on Set,
All I can about to
every-
get exposed, bro.
Not only just get exposed, but because Orlando
Every
Brown,
whistleblower.
Yeah.
Orlando Brown is
getting
clearly
vindication.
unwell. The man is clearly on drugs. He's clearly got some things going on. But now people are like, we don't know who to take seriously and not take seriously. So like everybody now is like, should we take this person seriously? Because
Yeah.
maybe they're telling the truth.
Yeah, and then what happened with Neds, those shows.
I know why they gone up on their podcast. They worse than me. They worse than this one
That
today.
was, and then they're trying to walk it back now.
Yeah,
I don't
That apology was a little dry.
see. Here's the thing. That's the type of jokes you make with your homie. I mean, it's still tasteless.
you don't record it. You don't say it on
No.
live.
Boy,
You make that what you like. Literally, someone asked him about it. All I had to say was, "Hey," because now people are thinking every Nickelodeon show was like that.
Yeah.
And all I had to say was, "Hey, our set wasn't like that," because they've talked about it before. We had a great set. We wasn't overworked. There wasn't all this. Say that and leave. Like that joke, they could have just said, "No, our set was great. We wasn't overworked. We didn't have all the
didn't have-
drama."
and all the sexual provocativeness.
Right, and the racism and the whatnot. It was good. That's why we're so cool. We still thought, great. And leave it at that. There was no reason to make that
I don't
joke.
know why you say that.
I still don't know. What was
that's
that in reference to?
That's equivalent to the your homies group chat leaking. What was the reference to it? That was reference to Quiet on Set.
No. I mean, I'm assuming that it came from a show or something because they were like, Daniel.
No, it didn't come from a show. He made that joke on the spot.
Who the hell is Daniel?
No, you talking about Dan Schneider? Or the three holes? Yeah.
See, I missed a part. I didn't watch Quiet on Set.
Yeah, watch it. Watch Quiet on Set. You'll
I'ma
never
watch
watch.
it.
It changes how I'm gonna raise my kids. Cause it's like, yeah, I understand why our parents kept us away.
See,
from a lot of
and
stuff.
the thing is, right? Because I know people are like, I haven't really watched it. I know people are like shocked, right? I wouldn't say that I am shocked because here's the thing. As long as you have had child stars in the business,
You've had
you've
abuse.
had abuse.
Yeah.
And you've had, like people talk about, oh, well, these kids get into drugs to numb the pain of the abuse. Sometimes it's not even abuse. Especially if you look at like the 70s or 80s, right? Sometimes these kids on set, they have no parental protection because sometimes parents, just
The
recently.
parents basically selling their kids.
Well, see, it's two things. You have to realize that someone was talking about, Brooke Shields talked about it in the 70s and 80s, parents weren't really allowed on sets and parents didn't really come like that. Only recently, like later on when you started to realize, hey, there's some weird that goes on sets that parents is like, I need to be there. I need to see what's going on. But if you're also a parent that works a job, they get tutored on set. They're always there. So they sometimes get caught up in some weird things and adult things. Like Drew Barrymore, well, her mother was trash. Like her and her mommy would be like at adult parties partying. So sometimes these kids have access.
Too much access early on.
Yeah, especially like I know the girl from Growing Pains talked about it. Like you 16, you going out to parties and stuff like that. So of course you trying drugs and stuff. So drugs isn't always to numb the pain. Sometimes it's they have access to these things. And then think about it. When you leave a TV show and you've been this character for so long, lots of times it's hard for you to get work because people only see you as this character.
Yeah.
Very few people transition from TV show to TV show or TV show to film or something like that. And a lot of child stars have a problem with transitioning from child star to adult star because you're not seeing it, especially if you were a child star when you were very young. Like teenagers it's easier for them to transition. Like if you on a show and you were 16, 17, it's easier to transition when you hit 18, 19 because you were still kind of...
You basically relatively look almost the same.
Yeah. Whereas if you...
It's also has to do with like talent scaling.
Yeah.
Because you say you could be a child actor now, and maybe when you try to transition into adult acting, you realize that your skills are not up to par to act your part.
Because a lot of the thing is a lot of child actors can't act. A lot of their acting skills.
But it never gets corrected. And when they get on another show,
see-
they think that acting is okay to bring over to the
it's
next
not,
show.
Here's the thing. It's not even about being corrected. If you look at like, for instance, if you watch the Dan Snyder shows, a lot of the writing on these shows are not good.
Oh, yeah.
They're aimed at children. Just like if you watch a lot of these YouTube videos that are aimed at children, they're dumb. So a lot of these kid shows, the writing is about stupidity and fun, and so a lot of child actors is literally long as you're cute, you just have to be cute, which ain't really an acting skill. Or you're acting as a kid, you're marketed towards kids, a lot of things. Even if you're on an adult show, if you're an adult show, you have to be cute. If you're like, say for instance, if you watch iCarly or something like that, it's just them being regular kids. Now, when that then has transitioned to you being in a different role, you may not have those skills. But people might not also think you have those skills. They might, because I never really see you act. I just see you be like a dumb kid. And it depends, like, for instance, let's look at Disney with Hannah Montana, right? If you are this cutesy kid on this cutesy show, that's what I'm going to see you as. That's why you have a lot of child stars or even pop stars when they hit 18, especially female pop stars, you see this sexualization, this over-sexualization. Like, Miley's a good example.
That's them trying to break out of their
Or
It's them
even
trying
not
to
just
show
no,
you
not just,
I'm an adult.
not just Miley, Haley,
Which Haley?
Haley, damn, what's her Haley Bailey? Is it Haley Bailey?
See,
Chloe Bailey and Haley.
Theirs is a little different, but like
No, but well, more so with Chloe Bailey, like they was like, okay, like she trying to get rid of the
she
liquor.
trying too hard. And that's a whole different topic for a different day. But like
Yeah.
with Miley, as you notice, Miley went to that thing when she's in top of the Twitter, and then she was like, I don't like hip hop anymore. First of all, that was
Yeah.
cultural appropriation because you know that was gonna piss people off and you wanted to be seen as this wild bad girl or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, and like you said, with Chloe and Haley Bailey, there is a way to show that you are growing into an adult star. With Chloe, I think she was not just trying to, because they had an album, and I didn't mind the bodysuits and they're cool. I think she was trying to break away from her and Haley's sound and also kind of be mini Beyonce because that's like her idol.
Yeah.
But it came off as she was trying to, like she didn't seem
Be
comfortable in that.
over-sexualized, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like I've watched like Haley's music, she still is sexy, but it's like
You know.
it feels more like it fits her. Like you come to me your skin with, and also Chloe's songs were not good. The songs weren't great. And see, I think Chloe was trying to market to that. The crowd she was trying to market to
Hot
is the
girl
crowd
summer.
that listens, like someone pointed out, that listens to the Lotto or the Cardi B or
Yeah.
that kind of rash. And she don't really
SZA,
sell that. That
yeah.
ain't really what she's. See, SZA ain't even really all that ratchet.
Yeah, but that's the same base though.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if she had gone the SZA route, that might have worked. Because SZA's for the chicks who.
No, but SZA's still for the hot girl summer crew.
Yeah, what I'm
But
saying
it's
is.
like more earthy girl vibe.
Right, and I'm saying with Chloe, she wasn't even going for the SZA crew. She was going straight for like the Cardi B,
Yeah, but
Lotto.
the SZA crew is
I-
the Cardi B crew though.
She was going for the like hardcore, ghetto ratchet. Like if she had gone for like the Summer Walkers or the SZA crew, I think that vibe would have worked
But
for
then
her.
you know how Summer Walker.
Or she
and-
ratchet. No, what I'm saying is,
not Cardi B. Sexy Red look like the CNN. They chicks with tattoos on their face. Like,
what I'm saying is the sound and the vibe is different, and so like it reminds me of like Sweetie Too is like it don't seem like you're comfortable in that. Like I feel like she could have the sexy would have like if she'd done like that route, it would have worked better because that's kind of where Halle going. But anyway, back to my point. Is the sexualization children like because you see it like I said even when they're young because like Britney Spears is a good example like she was 16. If you watch, I like the video for Pick Me Baby One More Time, and I know it was her idea to put on the outfit, but how many grown men sexualize that young girl in that outfit?
I think that's what her intention was.
No, she just thought she's 16. She just thought it was cute.
Yeah, but that's why they say the whole thing with the male gaze type of thing.
They had an idea for it. The original idea for the thing was dumb. So she was like, they had no money. So she was like, why don't we shoot it in this school, which is a school that like I think was in Louisiana. Someone like they gave her permission.
Yeah.
And most of those people she knew. And she thought it was cute. And the way she dressed was kind of the way girls was dressing anyway. Well, she wanted to wear a school uniform. The tie up and all that shit, obviously might have been the record label or whatever. But there's also she did a Rolling Stone shoot where she was like wearing like these cut off shorts and this crop top with her chest out. But she was like in this little girl's bedroom surrounded by dolls. It was really weird.
I think.
And
they did
you think
something
that's
similar
her idea? Or?
No, that was not her idea. What I'm saying is when we talk about the sexualization of children, there's hints of it. Like, you have it with the girl singers, you have it with the girl stars. There are definitely hints of it when they're underage. It's like it almost toes the line a little bit. Plus, the 2000s was a weird time. And then as soon as they hit 18, they take that idea and it's like, I got to prove that I'm an adult.
2000s.
Not just 2000. This goes back
the first
to
time I've
all the way
seen
to
this-
the 40s.
to the 40s, but I think the
Elvis was
youngest
with-
memory I have is with you remember Shirley Temple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's stories of her being abused on set as well, and also over
Judy
sexualized.
Garland, too. That's why she was on the drugs.
So, you know, and then
And I'm saying that's why when they hit 18 or they're an adult, to prove that I'm an adult now, I am going to be overly sexual. And obviously the record label pushes it. So you could see me as an adult. So you'll have like some actresses that'll take like super adult roles. Like for instance, I don't know if you ever watched Saved by the Bell, like Jessie Slater.
Yeah.
The girl, I forgot her real name.
Jesse Sandano or I know you
Is
talking about.
Jessie-
She was in Pretty Woman, right?
No, you're thinking of Julia.
Okay, Julia Roberts.
I forgot her name. But if you notice, after Saved by the Bell, I think it was a couple of years after it, she did Showgirls, which was, I mean, it was bad, but it was overly sexual. And it was like, look at me in a different light now. And you have a lot of stars that do that, look at me in a different light. But the fact that whereas male stars in more goes towards, I'm going to take on a serious role now, whatever. Although some of them too also, because I remember when Chris Brown hit 18, he started doing all the muscles and the tattoos and talking more about sexes. So it's weird. And I gotta understand. The point is, a lot of them is hard to transition from child star to adult star. So that's when a lot of them start doing drugs to cope or getting into weird things or whatever. Because for you to go from having all the same, and then a lot of the kids in the 70s and 80s, by the time they were adults, they were broke because their parents had spent all their money. That's why they put laws in place to protect them from their parents. Because, yeah, the parents supposed to protect them from predators and stuff on set, but some of them needed protection from their parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's why some of them went to get emancipated from their parents.
Yeah.
Wanted emancipation
Because, like,
from
Gary
their
Coleman,
parents.
like, he went to check his bank. He was working as a security guard because when he went to check his bank account, his parents spent all of his money. Because a lot of parents, I think,
use
the
their
mon-
kids as money scapegoats.
yeah, but they also think the money ain't gonna stop.
Yeah.
And then if they're poor, the reason they push their kids in their showbiz, like Jeanette
Is to
said,
get them
she
on-
was the breadwinner for her family.
Yep.
Macaulay Culkin was a breadwinner. Why do you think like him and his two brothers? Once he got in, they pushed the other brothers in because they start like to make
They
money for
wanted
the
more
family.
streams. Well,
And-
they were poor.
They were poor.
Ja.
And you know how much kids in that family? And then what happened? At some point, the parents just letting them do whatever they want. Like Macaulay said, like they would go for like weeks and leave just all of them in the apartment by themselves and stuff like that. Because a lot of these parents would just let their kids. Because even I remember when I forgot the guy who was in the Rent movie. He was talking about Kevin Costner and how he molested him. Kevin Costner had a party at his house after I guess some Broadway shows in. Explain to me why his mother let her like 12-year-old child go to like this adult man's house to hang out for a party.
Answers we don't know. But what did we learn today?
I'm sorry, we went on a tangent. Anything else you want to talk about? We probably like at 2 hours
PG,
at this
PG,
point.
how much hours we?
An hour 30.
All right, let's
that ain't
just wrap
bad.
Hour
up.
37.
That's
All
not
right.
bad for us.
All right, so what did we learn today?
Who going first? Me? Guess no, maybe.
Well, let's start that. Archie,
Do you
go
have
first.
anything else to add? Are we good?
Oh, I think we caught up on all the different pressing.
I know you had
At least
like,
that's happening like right here, right now.
Yeah, because like we covered everything.
right? Because you wanted to cover Fusion, you wanted to cover the Dan Schneider thing.
Yeah, and then
Was
we
there anything
did.
else?
No, we did Giga. We did. We didn't talk about the
The
X-Men.
Demon Slayer, the X-Men,
Yeah,
Quiet on Set.
yeah.
That is Dan Schneider.
I think this is a pretty for an hour and 30 minutes. It's a lot of information.
37.
Either way, that's a lot of info for just an hour and 30 seconds.
a
A lot of
lot.
talk, a lot of slapping ups. But I'm in shock as well, bewildered. But on the other hand, when I was younger, I actually wanted to like be a child star because I wanted to have that kind of status.
They made it look fun.
They made it look cool, and looking on it now, I think me not being on is God's way of protecting me. So I'm sad for those that it happened to, but I'm grateful that I didn't get to that. And we need to start putting more things in place to protect these kids because that all of that is wild.
Yeah.
They literally have the man from Blue's Clues asking, "Are you guys all right?"
Steve,
He's checking in on everyone because he knows everyone's in shock. I haven't even seen the thing yet, but sometimes just talking about it's having me like, bro.
if we find out anything bad about Steve, I'm gonna be hot. 'Cause
but-
he's come through in the last couple of years, just like giving
And it
millennials
also-
that internet hug.
And it also makes me a bit grateful for the sets that I have worked on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm grateful. Wish they put in more laws to protect the kids, and
They have laws for them work hours, but not the other stuff. And I will say from like stories where it's not, because we've heard the horror stories. It's not every child actor.
Not every last
We
one.
have like child actors who talked about it. Like I remember Scarlett Johansson talking about, like how her mom kept her from getting involved in a lot of the nonsense. Same with Kristen Dunst. Like her mom was like in certain scenes, because I think it was Scarlett Kristen talked about a scene where they wanted her to shoot kind of nude. And she's like, are you stupid? My like 12-year-old child? No. So it's up to, I understand, like we talked about the parents being like, oh, I'm scared to rock the set, but your job first and foremost is to protect your child.
get the set, get your kid.
Instead of them now having like, now they're traumatized.
For life.
Yeah.
Is that what you learned? Or?
What have I learned?
Like, keep it brief because we know you could go.
I'm sorry. Zach, the man who talked most of this episode.
Hold on, who?
If we get technical,
Listen.
I'm pretty sure your word count outnumbers the two of us. Now I ain't saying that to attack. You the viewer can judge that. Put it in the comments. Who had the most words? I'm gonna stop talking now because I don't want to be that guy.
I usually have the most words, but I feel like Jalen was
No.
rolling this episode.
You said everything that I wanted to say.
I mean, you could have said it, You could
Nah,
be like, hey, I
listen.
have things to say.
Nah, you got it covered. And then you're an actor, so you speaking from a point of passion. I mean, I would go into the whole, if we ever think we would have like an actors union and other like creative unions here. Like how they have thing, but then I think in the creative industry in as bolstered as it needs to be to where we could take it at that point. So, because I think some credit unions or something was coming up with people who are entrepreneurs having certain insurance plans for them, what they could pay towards, outside of working for a company or,
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So I don't think we that there yet, but it might become a time to where, we unionize the creatives, but the industry isn't a lucrative industry yet. So
Not yet, but I'm not gonna lie. It's pulling up, and it's pulling up fierce.
yeah.
Ooh, I'm sleepy.
But thanks again.
Oh, we were talking about what we learned. There's no such thing as an adult hobby.
Again.
Again, let people, like I'm gonna say that's a happier note. Listen, go with your instincts. Protect your children, please. Protect your kids, boys and girls. It's your job to protect them from whatever. It also doesn't mean that you, because some people have this idea that because I suffered, my kids must suffer, or the real world ain't gonna coddle you, so I'm not gonna coddle you. You're supposed to be a kid's safe space so they can tell you things and their soft spots align. You ain't supposed to make them suffer. Like, also, if you suffer and you want to make them suffer, go to therapy, please, or don't have kids.
I think most of the world's on the trajectory of not wanting to have kids.
Because kids are expensive.
I
and
can't
inflation.
afford them, G.
Listen, they expensive. But yeah.
That's a whole topic for another day.
Yeah, but that was because me and someone had a conversation about that, how a lot of people seem to have this idea of, I make my kids hard. I had to suffer and you can't coddle them. But then they spin around and talk about how this generation's so grown and these kids so grown and they ain't children no more. You out here treating them like adults who have to learn these hard life lessons and then you still want them to act like kids? Because you want them to respect you?
Yeah.
And lastly, let people enjoy things. Don't let anybody stop you from pursuing your joy and passion. Who cares what people think? We're all gonna die. No, we all gonna die.
Says
So live.
positive note.
No, we're all going to die someday. Yeah. Live your life to the fullest. Like instead of being like having regrets and I care what people think. Do you?
Yeah.
That's what
I guess while we on that note, Don't go to HR. Slap that nigga today. This is Tour for Cartoons. Y'all have a great night.
Wait, I've heard that before though.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Don't go to HR.
Don't
Slap
go to
that
HR.
nigga
Slap that nigga today.
today.
I'm a firm believer in it.
HR is not here to protect you. They're here to protect the company.
They're not your friend. They're not your homie.
Take your PTO. I just read this. Take your PTO, people.
No. Put the camera on me. 'Cause y'all already know who gonna watch this. You know when I work overtime and you don't want to pay overtime. When you see me missing the next couple months, you know why.
Yes.
Thank you for watching Tour for Cartoons. We can see y'all later.
Bye. Have a happy Easter.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Watching cartoons separates you from others.